Moving on to how Season 4 will be laid out. The episode count, runtime, all that good stuff. Fans of Dragons Rising will be happy to know that the show's format isn't changing. Season 4 will consist of 20 episodes, roughly 22 minutes each. This matches the length of Seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Dragons Rising, each of which had 20 episodes of about 22 minutes. In other words, we're in for another full-sized season with plenty of content. Those 20 episodes are expected to continue the serialized storytelling we've seen so far, likely with a mid-season break or Part 1, Part 2 format. In Season 2, for example, Part 1 dropped in April 2024, and Part 2 followed later in the year. Season 3 did something similar. Part 1 aired weekly starting April 17, 2025, and Part 2 was released shortly after on a streaming platform, before the whole season eventually hit Netflix by September 2025. If that pattern holds, Season 4 might be released in 2 chunks as well, perhaps Season 4 Part 1 in spring 2026 and Part 2 in fall 2026, 2 inches in the summer or fall. This hasn't been officially confirmed, but it's a reasonable guess based on how Dragons Rising has been handled so far. Why the split seasons? It seems LEGO and the distributors like to keep the momentum going by not making us wait a whole year between story arcs. Also, the show has aired on various platforms, Netflix, Peacock, Roku Channel, etc., in different parts of the world, so splitting the season can align with those release strategies. We'll have to see what platform Season 4 uses. Hopefully, a more streamlined release this time so all fans can watch together. It was announced at San Diego Comic-Con that Season 3 would premiere on the LEGO YouTube channel, which was awesome for accessibility. So maybe Season 4 will also have a YouTube or online premiere for everyone to tune in simultaneously. Again, not confirmed, but an optimistic possibility. One thing we do know from the Ninjago wiki is that Season 4 is listed as preceded by Season 3 and will continue the episode numbering from 61 onward. In fact, if you're keeping track, Dragons Rising's episode numbers carry on from previous seasons. Season 3 ended with episode 60, so Season 4's episodes will be 61 through 80. They're all titled TBA right now. No surprise, titles will be revealed much later. But it's cool to see that continuity. It really is one big saga. So, to recap the structure, 20 episodes, approximately 22 minutes each, likely split into 2 parts, and continuing the story sequentially. That should equate to roughly 7 to 8 hours of new Ninjago content in Season 4. Plenty of time for deep story and epic battles. Knowing this, you can pace yourself for a binge or brace for a mid-season cliffhanger if they do a Part 1/Part 2 again. Ninjago loves its cliffhangers, so be mentally prepared. Now, I don't know about you, but I actually enjoy the 2-part seasons. It gives us a mid-year hype boost, and then another at the end of the year. But I also wouldn't mind getting all 20 episodes at once to binge watch with a tub of popcorn. However it releases, we'll keep you posted. The key takeaway, Season 4 is a full-length season, not a short special or anything, and it's following the successful format Dragons Rising has established. Alright, let's talk about who our ninja will be meeting or fighting in Season 4. New villains, new allies, and everything in between. This is where confirmed info and leaks intertwine, so we'll tread carefully and label what's official and what's credible rumor. First up, new allies. We already mentioned the Source Dragon of Life as a likely new ally figure in Season 4. If this mighty dragon indeed appears, it could be a game changer. The Source Dragons are basically ancient guardians of elemental powers, and having one on the ninja's side, especially one tied to life itself, means the team might gain a powerful mentor or even a powerful weapon in their fight against evil. In previous seasons, the Source Dragon of Motion gave Lloyd a special dagger and guidance, so perhaps the Source Dragon of Life will impart something equally important. Maybe knowledge, maybe an artifact, or maybe it'll fight alongside them. Visually, I'm imagining a majestic dragon with a glowing life aura. However it looks, this dragon ally is official enough to have a voice actor attached, so consider it confirmed that the ninja won't be alone. They'll have some dragon help in Season 4. Aside from dragons, who else might help our heroes? Season 3 introduced a bunch of new characters. For example, we met characters like Arakor, Aru, and others in different realms. Some of those were one-off, but others could return. One notable addition in Dragons Rising has been Wildfire. She joined the team earlier on, a fiery young elemental character. We expect allies like Wildfire and Euphrasia, the water dragon if you recall, to still be around. There's also Colin, the bounty hunter kid, and others from Season 2's side stories. While none of these side characters have been officially announced for Season 4, it's likely that if they survived Season 3, they could pop up when needed. Ninjago has a way of bringing the whole ensemble together for big seasons. Now the dark side, new villains. This is one area with no official announcement yet. LEGO has kept the Season 4 antagonist under wraps, but of course the fandom rumor mill is churning. Here's what we have from credible leaks. Recently, some early 2026 Ninjago set information leaked out, and fans spotted hints of a new enemy faction in those details. The leaks included blurry images of upcoming Season 4 minifigures from the 2026 sets. Too blurry to discern specifics, unfortunately. definitely. However, leakers and fans discussing them have hinted that the villain minifigs appear to have a tentacled or monster-like design, possibly indicating a new breed of villains unlike any we've seen before. Imagine something with creepy tentacle arms, or an otherworldly vibe. That's the talk right now. To be clear, those leaked images were set leaks, not direct footage, but as one fan pointed out, the sets often reflect what will happen in the show and how the ninja will look. So, if the sets show the ninja in new suits, they apparently do, and weird tentacled baddies, we can reasonably expect Season 4's story to feature those new looks and creatures. It sounds like the ninja might be facing off against a faction of monsters, or perhaps an ancient creature awakened. Could there be some kind of sea creatures? Tentacles often imply sea. Or maybe something from another realm entirely, like Lovecraftian horrors unleashed by the merge? This is speculative, but exciting to think about. We've also had leaks of set names that hint at specific things. One rumored set name is Source Dragon of Life, which we covered, likely an ally, and another involves a dragon called Shockwave. Some sources mention a Shockwave dragon as a mascot for part of Season 4. This could be a new dragon either allied or perhaps corrupted. Additionally, community whispers, again unconfirmed, suggest the main antagonist might be someone or something completely new rather than a returning villain. So don't necessarily expect, say, the Overlord or Garmadon to suddenly be the villain. It's more likely Season 4 gives us a fresh threat tied into the new lore of Dragons Rising. That said, I won't rule out that an old villain could return in a new form. After all, Dragons Rising has already brought back villains like the Preeminent, in a way, and Moro. If there's a 15th anniversary theme, maybe a classic villain could resurface. I'm personally keeping an eye on any clues about Master Yang or the Cursed Realm ghosts, since tentacled ghostly villains could fit the leaks. But that's just me connecting dots. Nothing solid on that yet. On the Allies side, one more cool rumor. The leaked info on 2026 sets mentions some golden armored ninja. This suggests our heroes might get new armor, or power-ups, in Season 4, similar to how in past seasons they've had ZX armor, elemental armor, etc. Golden armor could mean some kind of 15th anniversary power-up, or just a new suit theme. If that's true, we'll probably see it explained in the show, perhaps tied to Lloyd's new power, or the Dragon of Life granting them some boost. Again, that stems from leaks describing the toys, so we'll have to wait for official images or confirmation. In summary, villains. Officially unknown, but leaked clues point to a new faction of tentacled Josh monster foes for Season 4. Allies. Confirmed presence of the Source Dragon of Life, major ally for Lloyd, and likely the continued support of secondary heroes introduced earlier, plus possibly reformed characters like Moro aiding the ninja. It's shaping up to be a fresh conflict with new faces on both sides. One thing's certain, the ninja will have their hands full with whatever is coming, and I cannot wait to see these new villains in action once they're officially revealed. Are you guys more excited about new villains or new allies? Personally, I can't wait to see the villain designs. Ninjago has had snakes, ghosts, oni, you name it. Tentacle monsters could be a freaky new addition to that roster. Drop a comment on which you're hyped for, the good guy's new dragon friend or the bad guy's creepy creatures. You might be wondering, do we have any footage or teasers for Season 4 yet? As of now, there is no official trailer or video teaser released for Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4, at least not at the time of this recording. Don't be too disappointed though. This is expected given Season 3 has only recently aired. Typically, Ninjago trailers drop closer to the release of the season. For example, Season 3's first teaser and story trailers came out in early 2025, just weeks before the episodes launched. So we probably won't see a Season 4 trailer until maybe a few months into 2025 or late 2025 at the earliest, once LEGO is ready to start the hype cycle for the 2026 release. That said, we do have some teases in a broader sense. The biggest one we've already covered. Doc Wyatt's comment about Lloyd's power is basically a teaser of the plot, though in text form. It confirms an element of the story and gives fans something to speculate about. Additionally, the SDCC 2024 Ninjago panel gave us an indication that the show has a roadmap. They officially announced Season 3 there and reassured fans the series is continuing. While they didn't explicitly mention Season 4 at SDCC, since Season 3 was the focus at the time, the fact that multiple future seasons were planned was strongly implied. In interviews, the writers have hinted that they had story material going forward. For instance, one of the Ninjago designers teased future plans, especially because of that 15th anniversary coming up. All of that is to say, even without a trailer, we know the team has exciting things up their sleeves for upcoming seasons. Now, when can we expect an official Season 4 teaser or images? If I had to guess, LEGO might drop a teaser poster or image sometime in mid to late 2025 once Season 3 has fully aired globally and the 2026 sets are being revealed. Sometimes we get a sneak peek through product reveals. For example, when new Ninjago sets get shown off, they might inadvertently show a character or costume from the next season. That's basically what the leaks did, just unofficially. As for a video teaser, maybe in late 2025 during a LEGO event, or early 2026 just before release. Keep an eye on on official channels like the LEGO YouTube channel, the Ninjago Facebook, Cha-Cha Twitter pages, and of course events like Comic-Con or LEGOCon. The first Season 4 footage will likely drop in one of those places. Don't worry, as soon as any official teaser hits, we'll definitely break it down here on the channel, frame by frame, for all the hidden details and Easter eggs. For now, though, our Season 4 mental image has to be built from the info we've discussed. Lloyd and his life dragon, new golden suits perhaps, tentacled baddies lurking, and the ninja geared up for another round. Pretty exciting mental trailer, right? One more small teaser, the title of the season. They're just calling it Season 4 of Dragons Rising, for now publicly, but earlier seasons sometimes had subtitles or thematic names, e.g. Season 3 didn't get an official subtitle beyond Dragons Rising Season 3, but older Ninjago seasons had names like Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu, etc. Will Season 4 get a cool name? No word yet, but if I hear anything like Dragons Rising Season 4, something, I'll let you know. In summary, no trailer yet, but it's coming eventually. The best teasers we have are from the creators' hints and the merchandise leaks. So, if you're hungry for an official glimpse, hang tight a bit longer. Use this time to rewatch Dragons Rising Seasons 1 through 3, because I suspect Season 4 will pay off a lot of setup from those episodes, and you might catch foreshadowing that makes the wait more fun. Finally, let's chat about some production info for Season 4, the folks making it happen, and any insights into how far along the season is being made. For those who don't know, Ninjago. Dragons Rising is produced by Wild Brain Studios in collaboration with the LEGO Group, with the same creative team that helmed the later seasons of Ninjago. The showrunners and lead writers are Kevin Burke and Chris Doc Wyatt, and they are continuing in those roles for Season 4. These two have been steering the story since the start of Dragons Rising, and they've done a fantastic job expanding the Ninjago universe in new directions while keeping it feeling like the Ninjago we love. So, rest assured, Season 4 is in experienced hands. Burke and Wyatt aren't going anywhere. In fact, their names are already attached to Season 4 in the wiki as writers, which is a nice confirmation that the writing is complete. What about voice recording and animation? Well, production on an animated season like this happens well in advance. Given that Season 3's episodes were done by early 2025, the team likely started writing and recording Season 4 sometime in 2024 or early 2025. We've heard little anecdotes from voice actors that hint they've been working on future episodes. For example, Andrew Francis, voice of Cole and Moro, let slip in a fan interaction that he was involved in upcoming content beyond Season 3, which essentially spilled the beans that Season 4 was already in production. Additionally, with leaked info, like those minifig images, emerging as early as now, it suggests that designs and animation frames exist, meaning the animators are deep into it. By all indications, Season 4 might even be fully written and voice recorded by now, and possibly in the animation stage or wrapping up. The team tends to work a season or two ahead. So, from a production timeline perspective, things are on track for that 2026 release. In the broader context, LEGO and Wild Brain have a multi-season plan for Dragons Rising. We've heard unconfirmed talk that up to 5 seasons of Dragons Rising were planned out initially, which would make sense, as Season 5 in 2027 would align with a nice long storyline. Again, not an official press release, but it comes from hints like design teams working on sets into 2026/27 and the creators teasing future seasons plural. Knowing that, Season 4 is not intended to be the end of Dragons Rising. It's a step toward a bigger arc. This means the creators likely have a clear vision for Season 4's story in the grand scheme. They're not winging it. They've planted seeds in earlier seasons that will bloom in Season 4 and beyond. So keep an eye out for continuity and payoff of earlier mysteries. Things like the Merge Quakes, the Source Dragons lore, maybe Aaron's parents' storyline, etc. could all see advancement in Season 4. On the animation side, one neat thing. Dragons Rising has had consistent animation quality thanks to Wild Brain's team, and we can expect the same high-quality visuals in Season 4. Huge dragons, new realms, and ninja action. I'm sure the animators are having a blast creating those. There's no word of any change in art style or anything, so it should visually match up with Seasons 1 through 3 smoothly. One more production tidbit to mention is the 15th anniversary of Ninjago in 2026. I know I've brought this up a couple times, but it's a big deal. The producers are certainly aware of it, and it's possible they've timed some special content to coincide. Whether that's an episode in Season 4 that is extra nostalgic, or a separate short, or just the new sets, we don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if Season 4 contains Easter eggs or a celebratory tone for longtime fans. At a recent fan event, Brick World Chicago 2024, an official designer teased the anniversary plans, which could reflect in both the sets and show. For example, if old characters are returning, like Moro did, or others might, that in itself is an anniversary treat. So, from a production standpoint, Season 4 is being made with a lot of love for Ninjago's legacy. In summary, behind the scenes, everything seems full steam ahead. The creative team is the same, the plan is set, and work on Season 4 is well underway, likely close to done in fact, aside from final touches. No drama, no delays announced, just a passionate team crafting the next chapter of of the Ninjago saga. As a fan, that gives me confidence that Season 4 will deliver on its promises and maybe even exceed our expectations. And there we have it. Everything we know so far about Ninjago, Dragons Rising. Season 4. We've covered the confirmed news from the 2026 release timeline to which characters are returning, basically all the Ninja Plus exciting comebacks, like Moro, to plot hints about Lloyd's elemental power getting a spotlight, and even how the season will be structured with 20 episodes of ninja goodness. We also dipped into the realm of credible rumors, new tentacled villains possibly on the way, a mighty life dragon ally confirmed, and the prospect of shiny new suits and 15th anniversary surprises in store. Importantly, we kept it factual and fun. No baseless speculation here, only the good stuff from official sources and reliable leaks. I hope you're as pumped as I am for Season 4. It's shaping up to be an epic continuation of the Dragons Rising storyline, and personally, I can't wait to see how Lloyd's journey unfolds and how the ninja team evolves with these new challenges. The mix of old and new in this series is hitting the sweet spot, and Season 4 looks to crank that up even more. As we wrap up, I want to thank you for sticking around for this deep dive. If you found this video script informative and enjoyable, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more Ninjago updates. I'll be covering every new teaser, trailer, and bit of news that comes out for Season 4, so you won't want to miss it. Plus, once the season drops, we'll do episode breakdowns, reviews, and all that fun stuff. Before you go, let's chat in the comments. What are you most excited for in Dragons Rising Season 4? Is it a particular character's return, the reveal of a new villain, the development of Lloyd's powers, or something else? And how do you feel about waiting until 2026? Patience running low, or do you have plenty to watch in the meantime? Perhaps a rewatch marathon? I'd love to hear your thoughts and hype levels. This community always has the best insights and theories, the grounded ones, of course. All right, fellow ninja, that's all for today's update. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, keep the spin jitsu spinning, and I'll catch you in the next one.